Built by George Vanderbilt in 1895, the 255-room Biltmore house was his interpretation of the classic European estates. Not since it was opened to the public in the 1930s, though, have visitors been allowed past the second floor. Until now, that is.
This is called the third floor living hall, which is a room where George Vanderbilt's guests would have come to relax, perhaps before dinner, and read, play the piano.
The Biltmore estate has just opened several rooms on the third floor as part of its ongoing preservation of the home, as Richard King told us.
It's sort of like the theme park business where they open a new ride every 2, 3, 4 years. This is our new ride, if you will. And that's what we're doing. It's accomplishing two things, we hope. One, it's our mission of preserving the house and the estate, and the other subsequent goal of enabling and attracting more guests so we can actually do more preservation to the estate.
And so, with Biltmore's Ellen Rickman as our guide, we take you through some areas never before seen by anyone but the Vanderbilt family and their guests.
This is the maid's sitting room, and this is a room where Mrs. Vanderbilt's ladies' maids and other ladies' maids would have come to wait to be called to duty or to relax after dinner. You would have needed a place kind of set back from the rest of the rooms where people could work basically all the time on sewing. There were 80 servants here at Biltmore, and so they had to have uniforms for all of those servants and constantly had to mend and darn. A woman like Mrs. Vanderbilt would have had a ladies' maid who was fairly well educated and enjoyed a pretty high status. So she would have had a bedroom that was much nicer, much more elaborately decorated than most common servants. This is Mrs. Vanderbilt's bathroom, and one interesting feature is the shower, which is very elaborate and it is original.
If anything, the Biltmore house may now tell us more about the man, George Vanderbilt, and the passion that led him to build the Biltmore house.
You can get insight into the type of person that he was. The fact that he was interested in prints and bronzes, for example, shows that he didn't just select things because they were valuable. He liked them. He liked those objects. And so this is a showcase for both the objects and the history of Biltmore and George Vanderbilt.
If you would like to see more classic episodes of Carolina Camera, check out Time Warner Cable's Carolina On Demand, Channel 199 or 1047.